Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now today, I'm going to have a pretty important conversation with some of you. And I think it's particularly more important for those people who yearns success, who wants success in the network marketing business. Now when I say success, let me frame it. Success is somebody in network marketing that makes more than 6 figures annual income. Now why do I say 6 figures? Because from that line onwards is when people start to experience time freedom, financial independence, and some sort of financial freedom. So if that's what you really want, or that's what you want for your team members, then this video will be a no BS, unfiltered advice on how to get there and beyond. The reason why I'm sharing this video is because I really wish someone shared this with me 11 years ago when I got started. Because if I just knew what would it take to be successful, to get that 6 figures and beyond, that transformational experience, I would have gone much faster, much harder at network marketing, and I would have avoided all those mistakes and avoid wasting time on nonsense that didn't make sense. And I know that this video is going to be a little bit controversial and it's going to be a little bit unsettling or maybe ruffle some feathers, but I promise you by the end of this video, you'll see in clarity on what it takes and that you can also put yourself on that path for that long-term success. Now, before I get started, please help me hit the like button if you enjoy this content, because it's the best way for you to encourage us to keep producing great content like this in the future. And if you want more tips and strategies to supercharge your network marketing business, please subscribe to the Infinity Network, because that's what we do. With that, let's get started. So everything I'm sharing with you today is based out of my 11 years of doing this business. And my total organizations I built, the leaders I work with, the teams that I built today have done more than $350 million of sales across multiple countries. And seeing the variance of success, people who succeed and succeed extremely well, people who just came in, working with all these people taught me one thing. There are 4 types of people in network marketing. And depending on who you choose to be, it will vastly change your experience and your results in network marketing. And that's the word. You get to choose to be one of these 4 people. And what often happens is a lot of people default into one of these 4 categories. And today I'm going to give you some clarity so you can make yourself that decision. So starting from the bottom, it's sort of a distribution way, like a structure. So the bottom is like a pyramid where the biggest population of network marketers belong to. And that's what I call the quitters. People who are quitters are the number 1 category. So what are quitters? Now I'm going to start with a quote, or rather something I learned from my teacher. And I quote him word from word. My teacher says, quitters are people who are dumb and they don't know they're dumb. Now I know it sounds extremely harsh, but please hear me out. See, in order for you to get good at something, to be proficient, to be able to generate results with something, you need skills, right? And to learn a skill, there is a cycle, there is a path of growth. You try something knowing that you might fail. Or you will fail, right? Especially something is new. And then you learn from it, right? And then you try it, and then you fail, and then you learn from it. That's the whole cycle, right? It goes like that. And if you do it enough times, you start to gain new distinctions, new proficiencies, and eventually you become good at that skill. And that's when you're able to generate results for your business. Why my mentor, my teacher says dumb, but don't know they're dumb, is because they completely ignore this wisdom. Let's take kids, for example. They're really smart. They know how to master a skill. If there's a kid who really wants to ride a bike, what would they do? They get on the bike, they cycle, they fall, they hurt their knees, they cry a little bit, and they get on the bike and try again. And they keep doing this again until they find the balance and then they can start riding the bike. See, they understand this wisdom. They know, it's a knowingness. We all actually know in order to be good at something, we got to put ourselves in a crucible of trying, failing, and learning. These 3 cycles. And the reason why quitters never really succeed in network marketing business and why 80% of people never really do is because they never gave themselves and network marketing a real chance. They never really give themselves the chance to try, learn, fail, and grow. In fact, here's what they look for. They look for easy. And that's why they are often found jumping from one company to another, hoping that this company will be easier. Maybe this leader will be better for me, looking for the easy. Look, network marketing is simple. It's not a complex business, but it's not easy. But hey, nothing's easy from the start, right? Riding a bike, talking to a girl, right? Or network marketing, everything starts off being difficult, but eventually over time, if you put yourself again through that cycle of learning, you will find it to be easy, right? Quitters, they want to avoid the feeling of failure, and that's why they look for easy. And this is also the group of people that are most susceptible to being scammed, right? Because they have this belief that it should be easier, right? So somebody comes up, they put up an opportunity, they jump onto it. And they are often, if they get an advertisement saying that, oh,
copy my prompts or use this TikTok strategy, you make a lot of sales, you're gonna pay $8, $10, $15, $90.
And they usually subscribe to that and never really using it anyways, right? So quitters, as I'm going to summarize, are people who never really give this business a real shot. So if you're a quitter, if you found yourself being in this category, well, here's the good news. Now that you know you're a quitter, the question is, are you going to change? Are you going to remain a quitter? Or are you going to decide that once and for all, I'm going to decide whether I'm successful or not depending on other people, not looking for the easiest path. I'm going to put myself in the journey, in that duty to learn. So that's the first category, and if they choose, they will go up in level. Okay, level 2 is what I call to be the strugglers. Now these are people who show up to events, they do some work, and they often feel like no matter what they do, there's something working against them. They won't get consistent results, it's inconsistent, up and down, and oftentimes it feels really draining doing the business. That's how a struggler feels like. And strugglers often look for strategies, techniques, tactics, ways to improve their business. And oftentimes they're always looking for a secret. They believe there's a secret to success because they can succeed because of this, they can because of that, and they believe there is a secret. But you know what? They are right. They are right. There is a secret and it can never be found, okay? So irony is that strugglers may think that they need skill strategies or techniques to get better. But what they really need, not what they think they need, what they really need is actually a mindset shift. And in my many years of working with many people, strugglers are people who have some sort of narrative working against them. And it sounds something like this: I can't because, or I cannot because. So let me give you my example. When I started my business, well, I had that whole learning curve of how to prospect and do a sale and stuff. Eventually, I became really good at selling. So I started to grow my income, but I never really had a team. So one of the narrative I had for not recruiting people, or when I try to recruit people, I really suck at it, is because my narrative was, I can't recruit somebody because I'm not successful yet. And when I say not successful, I was referring to all those guys who are really successful in my business, right? I'm not as good as them. I don't have the license to talk about this business, right? How am I going to talk about the comp plan and stuff like that? Or when I do get the chance to present the business plan, the business op, I sort of half-ass it. So have a moment to think. If I'm that kind of person who's half-assing it, hesitant, and playing myself small, would you have the confidence to join with me, to even listen to me? And that's why no matter how much I recruited, no matter how much I prospected, especially into the business, it could be hundreds of them, 200s of them, I couldn't get much results because of this narrative that I cannot because. I cannot be successful. I can't recruit somebody because I'm not successful enough. I'm too young, all right? These are the two strong narratives. So the moment I identified this limiting belief, the moment I saw it, I saw how it controlled the way I speak, the way I walk, the way I relate to the business, the way I relate to business opportunity presentations. I gave myself an opportunity to be free of it. And that's the key. The key of strugglers is to identify what is your limiting belief around the area of your business you want to work on, around network marketing. Perhaps you're afraid people associate you with network marketing or whatever, right? You have to identify it. And the key is you've got to be brutally honest with yourself. What is your limiting belief? Confront it, because it will give you the biggest freedom. Not only you'll have more results, you will enjoy yourself, you'll enjoy network marketing even more. Okay? Take it from my experience, for myself, and for the thousands of people that I work with in my team. Now, after that's done, after you've been a struggler, the next step, okay, strugglers are around 10%, so the next one will be 8%. That will be the survivors. Now, these are people who suddenly form one area of their business that they're good at. They can start generating some consistent results. Not a lot of money, not the kind of life-changing kind of money, but they can make some good money in the business. And I believe this will be the 8% of people in the network marketing business, right? They get by, there's enough incentive to show up. And the reason why they're stuck at surviving is because they found something they're good at and they hold on to it, they cling on to it. See, in order to be successful in network marketing, to be a six-figure earner and above, right? Remember I talked about that earlier? You must be good at multiple areas of your business. So if you're just, for example, good at selling, if you're just good at selling, it's not going to take you to six figures, or maybe a middle to high five-figure income a year. But then there are other skills to learn. Perhaps it's learning how to speak in front of people, how to host meetings, learning how to coach people, mentor people, leadership, social media, right? All of those things. But a lot of people, what they end up doing is they hold on to it. They don't want to expand. And that's why they're just surviving, right? That's why year after year, they're sort of just around that and they never really break out. So it's sort of to let go of the fear that if I pursue something, this will crumble. So why does it have to be like that? Why can't it be more? Well, you learn one skill, you learn one area. Could you do others better? You can, right? So if you're in the survivor stage where you want to expand, you know you're doing something good, you want to expand, dive right in. Pick one area of the business that you really will make a big difference and expand that. And let me give you an example of why is it so important. I know many people who are really good at sales, or maybe they are really good at recruiting themselves, but they were never really good at mentoring other people, for example, right? They're missing that mentoring skill and they never really put themselves to learn it. Some people are good at recruiting and speaking, maybe they're lacking the leadership skills, right? And that's why they always reach a point where they can't push through, okay? So for you, I want you to think, if you're in the survivor mode, what would be the next area you got to work on? Okay, think about it. Okay, I'm going to lay it out again. It could be mentoring, leadership, it could be coaching, it could be speaking, presentation skills, events organizing, or it could be also social media. How do you expand your business through social media, right? So all those are important skills to be in the top 6-figure earners in network marketing, right? And now comes the top 2%, I believe, to be the thrivers. Now, these are people who have multiple areas of their business they do very well, right? Like I said earlier, they can coach, they can mentor, they can run events, they can speak, right? They can influence others. So they have multiple areas of the business they're doing very well. And one thing that thrivers do is that they can raise other people to be thrivers and they can attract other thrivers to them. And they often seem to many people, especially the quitters and especially to the strugglers, they will look at thrivers and think, wow, everything looks so easy for them. Like everything looks so seamless to them. Yes, it's seamless because they mastered the skills necessary and they did what they need to do to be successful. And that's why money flows to them, right? But before that, they have to upskill. They have to put themselves through the crucible of learning. They have to push themselves through the comfort zone. They have to be committed to the journey the whole way till they get there. And once you're there, right, they say once you get to the top, the view is beautiful. And that's what thrivers are. They start attracting other thrivers. They start to raise other people to be a thriver. See, if you're a struggler, hard chance for you to attract a thriver, right? Or hard chance for you to raise someone for your team to be a thriver. So you gotta stop looking for a hero. You gotta be your hero, right? If you wanna be a thriver, you gotta choose to be your hero. Now that I shared all this with you, I want you to have a think. Among all these 4 categories, who are actually the most open-minded person? Is it the quitters? Are they the quitters? Or is it the strugglers, the survivors? Or is it the thrivers? In my experience, the most open-minded ones are actually the top 2. Right? Not all the survivors, but the top 2 are the ones that are most open-minded. And the people down there, I mean the strugglers, especially the quitters, are the most close-minded. They are fixated in their way. So did they become open-minded because of their success? Or they had the open-mindedness, therefore they are being successful, or they are successful? Have a think about it. Because I believe that it's because of the open mind they have the success. And I can totally relate with that. See, being open-minded is not just about learning and growing. It's also willing to admit that you may be wrong, that I may not have all it takes to be successful. And that's all right, because when you can admit that, what it means is that you can go out and learn it. These skills are not rocket science. They are not like engineering or even cooking. It's easier than that. It's all acquirable skills. So I want to encourage you right now that you know all 4 of this. The question is, which one are you? And it doesn't matter if you're anything below a thriver. There's nothing bad about that, because now you got something really powerful, the awareness. You know where you are, so you can make a choice. Where do you choose to play in your business? You have to make that decision for yourself and then start committing yourself to that journey. And that is what I believe to be the most important advice that I wish I'd gotten way earlier in my business, that no BS thing. Because I wish someone would come up to me and say, Thomas, you're acting like a struggler, right? You're struggling because of this mindset. Oh my gosh, I would have broke out of it, right? And I wished I had that mentor who told me that, you're surviving, right? You need to move out of your comfort zone to this one, acquire this next skill. I hope this video has given you maybe ball some sort of heat inside you, burn something inside you that you really want to grow and start moving forward. Because I believe that the most important real estate is the one between your ears. All I've shared today is actually in the mindset. Skills you can learn, but the mindset you get to decide. this is coming to the end of the video. I hope you found the value in this video. If you do, please let me know in the comments. And please consider subscribing to our Power Up Club newsletter, where we send you 3 powerful insights per week on how to grow your network marketing business through social media. Thank you so much for watching again, and I shall see you in another episode in the Infinity Network. Bye-bye.